I have to ask that question first because that really gives me maybe a truer timeline of what I'm working with.
For an owner that's thinking, hey, maybe I'll sell in like 12 to 24 months. I think you mentioned this at Dealer Connect where you're like, hey, if you're looking to sell, the best plan to do it is and to start is right now, because you'll probably take a year to get all your stuff in a row. I mean, 12 to 24 months. I mean, what should they start doing? What should they start moving on? And how can they kind of get this stuff organized for when they're ready to actually approach you and go to the open market?
So I think the first step is, the motivation, right? What's the driving factor for the reason you want to exit? And I have to ask that question first because that really gives me maybe a truer timeline of what I'm working with.
And just on that, what's the typical answer that you get when you ask them that?
They've been in it forever. They're aging out, which is crazy
Yeah.
because I have this, I say they've been in it forever, and maybe they're, a second generation, maybe a third generation. So they literally have been in it forever. So, the hard part is a lot of those dealers may be in their, early to mid 50s, and that's a really, it's kind of a hard age to go, I'm too young to retire, but I'm feeling too tired, and burnt out to really want to do this. But I also have my health, and I'm in a good place. A lot of dealers are facing like, I have my health. I've seen some of my friends, not have good health or pass away or whatever, and never get to enjoy, what they've built. And so I would
Yeah.
say like, age is a huge driver of making that decision. Sometimes it's, health benefits, needing to stretch out to a certain period to be able to, have health benefits, Medicaid, whatever. Retirement of their spouse, trying to line that up is a huge driver. And then again, not having, kids in the business to take over like, they thought they were. And all of a sudden it's like, okay, I really need to think about this, a lot more than what I was. And
Yeah.